Yo, son, I'm on some late night YouTube surfing. I'm about to take my ass to bed. It's about 3:30 in the morning, man. And let me tell you something, man. These Israelites are really mad at this brother right here, man. They are heated at this brother right here. Now, I'm trying to figure out who he is because I got put on to him by Young Elder. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying they believe that this is Inky's avatar. I don't know. I don't know who King Yahweh is. But I'm watching this channel, this Israelite channel. Um uh I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm tired. Um, and I read the comments, bro. And let me tell you something, man. This is exactly why, as a grown man, I like to do videos on certain subjects and shit from time to time. I'm not trying to be a major YouTuber and all that shit, because I'm really a self-kept person. Like all my brothers and like my family, them like they used to go to play ball at the park, football, basketball, and all that shit. You know where I used to be, son? Just my family, like some of my family, like all my family come from Manhattan, but it's like some family moved up in Westchester and all that, and I grew up around a lot of woods. So I spent my site, my town, my life in the woods, bro. Real talk, in the wilderness. Have a strong connection with nature. That's why the grid fall down. I mean, some of them southern brothers may know what to do, but a lot of y'all city cats, y'all ain't gonna know shit to do. Y'all fucked. And you're gonna try to come up in these country areas and try to run shit, and you're gonna get your asses plucked off, especially by these white boys with these rifles. Them motherfuckers will shoot a goddamn wing off a goddamn fly. Real talk. Some of my white friends, I don't even like that color shit, man. But I gotta do that because society is so low vibratory right now. Society is literally in a prehistoric state, yo. It is. We literally judge each other by colors. Like that's how stupid society is today. That's how stupid. Like white people weren't called white people until 1681. Like this shit is crazy, son. So anyway, I'm listening to these brothers. They mad because they said there was two other. I remember Yahweh been with Yahweh. I remember he went to jail and all that shit. And supposedly he was responsible for murders and all kind of shit. Like a lot of Israelites was going to war. The same kind of wars that those gods in the Bible or extraterrestrials in the Bible had these other people doing. But I'll just say your God, because your God in the Bible, in this book here, I mean no disrespect. That's a very bipolar person, yo. Studying psychology and all, yo. Seriously, I'm not being disrespectful. And if I got to face the Most High with that, then fine. But I know the Spirit dwells in me just like it dwells in you. You know what I'm saying? And then, let me go back to what I was saying. Like my mom's be asking me, I'm a grown ass man. As long as my mother's on this planet, I'ma listen. Because I almost did half my life in prison not listening to my mother back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna listen. She said, look, her and my peoples be like, yo, keep your face off of that computer, man. You wanna tell you, spread knowledge or whatever, you know, do so. You don't have to put your face on there. They can listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's our own people that come at us. It ain't the white FBI all the time or the white CIA. It's some of our people. A lot of it's our people too. Dane Calloway gets threats from black people. He's getting threats from Israelites. He's getting threats from other black groups. I can't remember which ones. You know what I'm saying? He's getting threats. And that shit is crazy. It's insanity. It really is. And I don't understand is if this dude's running around saying he's Yahweh and all that, let him. Let him. People listen to you. Why can't they listen to him? What makes you more holy than him? I bet you if you had his gold and all his fucking money and fame, you'll be doing the same shit. Telling people that, the spirit's dwelling in me and I'm here to help. Maybe you won't. Maybe you will. You know what I'm saying? But the threats I seen in the comments is like, that's the kind of shit that the Klan used to say to black people. That's the kind of shit that the Klan used to plot on black people. The shit that these people are saying in the comments of this video is unfucking believable, yo. Just like with Candace Owens. When she was doing her documentary, when she was gangsta at that shit, she went to the lesbian chick that started Black Lives Matter that said she was a fucking Marxist. Hitler was a Marxist. Look, I pay no less than $80 to $100 for Hitler books. Why? Because that's the only way I'm going to get the truth of who he really was. Give a fuck what you tell me, and I don't care what some goddamn teacher told me. I want to see who he was myself. That's the problem. Everybody's on some he said, she said shit. Down to your holy books. He said, she said. You know what I mean? So my mom's like, yo, keep your face off of there, man, because she ain't, look, my mom's threw a fist in the air. So did my pops. And it ain't, you know what? It ain't even fucking the white man I'm worried about. It's going to be one of us. And that proves my point when I was talking about Candace Owens, when she was doing the video, the documentary about Black Lives Matter, the fraud of that shit. Look, man, she was pregnant. Yo, this shit was like, I hope that bitch fall off the curb onto her baby. Like, what the fuck? This is why most down-to-earth, balanced black men are literally leaving the country to find wives. Now, that's bad because there's beautiful, down-to-earth, caring, loving, strong black women in this country, but we are being outnumbered. Balanced-ass black people are being outnumbered by some psycho-ass black people in this country, bro. And the reason I say that is our communities are the only safe havens we got, and we destroyed that. We are killing each other like crazy. And look, I don't want to hear about no Jim Crow and all that. Let me tell you something, man. During the Jim Crow era, black people were super close. You know what made me think about all that? I just started watching out the blue one day. I was going through through all my streaming joints, and I just went on Peacock. And I just saw Good Times, man. I've been watching Good Times, and that shit bring back so much memories, man. Just how we were as black people back then. You know what I mean? Like, shit was on our neck, and that's when we were super close. And y'all complaining about the white man today when you have opportunity to do damn near anything you want. Look, this motherfucker, excuse me, this dude, I don't know who he is. He has opportunity to do this. Y'all got the opportunity to stand outside and preach to people. You know what I mean? Like, I know shit is twisted on this planet. I know there's white supremacy and all that shit. But son, we make more threats towards us and more murders towards us than anybody can get a chance to do so, man. And it's sad that I gotta look. Listen, man. At one point, I was red, black, and green militant as fuck, and I will always be militant towards evil. And I know there's racist white people, but all white people ain't racist, man. I have more beef in the hood with my own people. I got more scars in my back from my own newfound family and root family than I can do by any other race of a person, my nigga. Like, real talk. This is a time for truth. This is not time to be bending over and getting rammed in your ass by your own people because that's your people. Nah, all kinfolk ain't skinfolk. Y'all already know that shit. Y'all making death threats to this dude and all this shit, like, that shit is corny. If he ain't coming in your hood and talking to your people, then you need to leave the shit alone. You see what happened to the last two? There's blood everywhere and motherfuckers getting shot and getting locked up and all kind of shit. And y'all like fucking, like, that's why, look, man, like I said, religion killed more people on this planet than anything else. When it was set in place by them goddamn Anu. Facts. Facts. It's like, yo, it's like that book right there. That shit, like that Bible, man, that shit be having people stagnated to just that. You know what I mean? Like, just that. You don't study genetics, and even if you do, you don't, apply it to what you're learning out the Bible. You know what I mean? Like, it's just bugged out to me. Like, that's the part that's bugged out. It's not wrong with studying the Bible. Like, it's how violent that shit makes people, yo. Seriously. You know, they call this nigga Ralph Tresvant. Well, you know what? Ralph Tresvant was a damn good fucking singer, and I love the fact that he was down with New Edition. So that ain't a bad thing. That's why I see anybody that you Ralph Tresvant ass motherfucker, you better watch yourself. You probably live in a whole apartment and paying a white man to live there. But you making threats towards this dude. Who is he? Can somebody tell me his last name, his first name, where he's from? I know he got a palace in South Africa. But who is he? Did they clone this dude? Did they just take this dude out of the hood back in the day and raise him in a CIA facility and now putting him out here? Who the fuck is he? I mean, Young Elder's saying that he might be in key. I mean, who knows? I know one thing. There's a difference between him and I see Yahweh Ben is that this dude don't be in the hood. This dude be in high places. So I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. I don't know if his intentions are good. I don't know if his intentions are bad. I don't know if he's about fucking money. I don't know what he is after, but I've never heard of this dude till the other day. I know D.L. Hewley and all them motherfuckers know him. They all give love and praise to him now. You dealing with celebrities now, I got to say you dealing with darkness, because there's a video I'm about to look at in a second. This dude, my man right here, he was bugging. He was possessed, son. He was literally, my nigga Nelly, man. I always liked Nelly, man. Nelly's music was fun, B. You can get on the dance floor with a chick and have a good time, bro. Ain't none of that killing, ain't none of that drug dealing talk. Nelly brought fun, yo. And I think Nelly, his money might have started going down, and he took that oath, man. And they used his body. They used his body for possession. Like when them reptilians wanted his body. See, this is why I study outside. See, everything I learned in metaphysics, everything I learned in my study of studying the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of the Dead, going forth by day, Gilgamesh epics, the Emerald tablets, the all the old. I'm tired, yo. All the old texts and tablets. I realized everything in that Bible is the same shit, because the Bible was formed from that. Y'all want to get upset? Fine. Let me tell you something right now. I know that some of y'all Israelites might be, military trained and all that, but I'm going to tell you right now, y'all temple is y'all sanctuary. My sanctuary is the shooting range. My sanctuary is the woods. I used to tell my cousins in the X over in Eden, he lived in Edenwall and all that, you can get five of the baddest motherfuckers in that projects. Give me a 5-minute head to start up in the woods just with a knife, and I bet y'all kill every single one of your people. You understand? I'm from the wilderness. I spent my whole life in the woods. My brothers and them, it's like going to the park playing ball. I'm not that average dude, son. And I'm not a shit talker, and I'm not a tough guy. You understand? But I think it's absolutely disgusting and ridiculous how 1 minute we can call each other brother and sister, and the next minute we trying to kill each other. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like Candace Owens and what she, because that's the only black woman I know that goes up in Congress and tears their ass apart about what Democrats did to black people, and she ain't lying about none of it. Why? Because she dating a white dude? It's like somebody has to do what you say, or they got to sleep with who you say they can sleep with for them to be okay in your book. You know what I mean? Like, people are mad because I'm calling it people ask me what I think about the Rittenhouse thing. I said, I don't give a fuck. He shot 3 white boys, and not that he shot 3 white dudes, because I don't just want to kill white people. I don't. I just want people. White dude, you racist, stay the fuck out my way. You cool? Come sit down, have a beer, let's talk, let's politic. You know what I mean? Rittenhouse shot a pedophile. Are you fucking serious? You're like little kids. He shot somebody. I want to shoot somebody. Let me tell you something. There was a case where one of those Catholic preachers had molested mad kids, y'all. Mad kids. And this one black kid was one of them. And when he got older, he found that priest. This is some years ago. I think this was in the 2000s. And he pushed his fucking wig back, bro. Court let him off. The court dismissed the case, son. You know how many black people got away with murder? You know how many black men get away with domestic violence on their black wife? How many times they let him out of jail and he went back and killed that woman? Maybe not even in hopes that he do so. What about the black dude that killed the white priest, the Catholic priest? Shot his ass. I just don't get it. I just don't get how 1 minute we be talking about the white man's the devil, the white man's the cracker. And yo, there's a lot of racist ass white people out there because that shit was taught to them. They don't know any better. They don't know any better. And you understand, all they have is here, bro. At least Africans accept y'all back. Africans say, if you think you African, you want to come back, come back. A lot of parts don't want you there. I've seen videos where Africans don't want none of your asses there. They don't want no black people over there from here. Since you want to call yourselves black. You understand? So, you know, but at least some Africans, come on home, my brother. Come home, my brothers and sisters. Most Europeans don't want white Europeans over there. My sister lives in Prague for 30-something years. She'll tell you straight up, they don't like most white Americans. They don't. They say they're arrogant and disrespectful. A lot of France, all that, they don't want white Americans. So white Americans, this is their shit, man. They ain't leaving, even though it was our shit first, but they're not leaving. So you can't call a patriotic white man a racist. When I'm hearing this fucking talk on here, talking about killing his brother, Ralph Tresvant, all this crazy shit, I'm like, holy shit. I don't understand. Like, y'all Benway, whatever, Yahweh, or whatever. He did do one thing right. They opened stores, grocery store, all kind of shit. I don't understand why all your brothers don't get together and do the same thing. Stop worried about what somebody else is doing. The biggest problem with my people is we're easily distracted. We are easily distracted. Seriously. I remember brother Dr. Phil Valentine said, he said, the most important thing is your attention. The white man needs your attention for him to succeed in anything that he has against you. And it's true. We give our attention to anything and blow up with rage. If he wants to, how many people don't walk around and said they were Jesus? How would you know who the true Messiah is? You know how many people perform miracles? You know how many Africans are levitating? Or people right in this country levitating? Or Tibet monks levitating? Have you ever really studied Shaolin monks? The amazing shit they can do with their bodies? Shit, you can go on YouTube and watch The House of Bounce. The House of Bounce. And look at the shit that these kids is doing today. So you can't say when he performs his miracles, that's who we know he is. No, you won't know. You won't. And guess what? This is not a time for a Messiah to come back. The Messiah to come back. Because you're going to be the one to kill him. It ain't going to be white man. It ain't going to be the Jew. The white Jew. It's going to be y'all asses. Because you get so fucking violent and rageful towards people. Seriously. It's common sense. First off, when they was talking about packing black people in sardines, like sardines and ships, those ships didn't even exist. Did anybody stop to think about that shit before y'all keep putting them signs out there? Showing how many people were packed in? You know anything about the marina life? I do. My girl's pops always lived on the canal. He loves boats. I learned so much about boating. I learned that you can't really sail from Africa to over here because there's a swirl in the ocean that will keep you in a circle and that will eventually sink your fucking ship. I learned that shit. I learned that you cannot put anything below deck like that if that much weight, because it would literally sink the ship. But when they used to throw us over the sides, then that means that they only brought 4 or 5 people at a time then. Because with all the supplies and all the crew, and y'all talking about 100 at a time, y'all really literally dumb yourselves down to weakness and got the nerve to be mad at somebody else because you still allowed to trick yourself into bullshit. Ain't nobody come take us from nowhere that deep like that, bro. Are you that serious right now? And just with me saying that, y'all want to kill, I'm talking about black people in general. Y'all want to threaten and kill people that's telling you that you were never really a slave. Like you weren't that slave like that. We weren't docile and weak like that. We were POWs because there was great wars that was fought. But somebody tell you, hey, psst, guess what? We weren't weak like that, bro. Really? Let me see. Show them the information. Show them the documentation. Show them the logs. Like Dan Calloway say, where's all the logs to the ships? What's the name of these captains? What's the name of these ships? People can't answer this stuff and they get upset and they get angry. Let me tell you something. Peace ain't coming no time soon. And there's no spirit in the sky that's going to bring peace in your heart. That's something that you got to do to yourself every day when you wake up. Like I said, the black community is the one community in America that we can't go to. I should be able to walk through my community with a fur coat on, jewelry, handing out loads of money to people without anybody wanting to harm me. We are the first ones to criticize another race, but we are the first ones to harm our own race. And then when somebody says it to you, you want to get mad. I grew up in the same hood as most of y'all asses. Ain't nothing convinced me my sneakers is fucked up and all that shit. So my mother's like, nope, nigga, you gonna work. I'm gonna help you get what you want, but you gonna show me that you're gonna work. I had chores since I was cleaning bathrooms at 6 years old for $2. Chores. My mother taught, look, bowl, soap, toothbrush, rag. Clean your fucking sneakers. Soak the laces in the sink. Clean that sink with Comet when you finish. You understand? No excuses. You just be a doer. Like I said, man, I like the way that the Israelites marched in Brooklyn for Kyrie. I like that. I do. I like that. They were neat, they were clean, and I mean that shit. They were neat, they were clean. That matters. That shit matters. You see any dirty soldiers? You ever see them Chinese motherfuckers march? They ain't all dirty and out of place. You ever see North Korea march? They are disciplined, and that's exactly what the Israelites in Brooklyn are. They're disciplined, and I gotta respect that. But all that violent shit, want to kill this dude and that dude, don't nobody know who the fuck Jesus Christ look like. And Christ only means is an energy. That's it. It means spirit. That's it. Mer, Ka, and Ba. Christ is the Ka. Mer is life. Ka is spirit, and Ba is body. I mean, I be seeing you Israelite brothers. I remember back in the day on 125th, they used to put the white Jesus down on the floor. And if you walked around it, they flip on you and shit. And niggas had swords and all that shit. I was a young cat, man. I remember I had that thing, you know what I'm saying? But I stepped on it because I didn't realize I stepped on it. I would have did it anyway. But I'm the type of person, you don't tell me what to do. And motherfuckers like, yo, you ain't step on that shit, yo. There's like 10 of them niggas. I say, yup. And I got a full clip too. I wouldn't want to shoot one of my brothers, but you're not going to harm me. You're not going to harm me because I don't do what you think I should do. You ain't no better than the motherfuckers in that uniform that you claim want to kill my ass every day. You in a uniform, and y'all be screaming on motherfuckers and shit who don't agree with you and shit. Like, the fuck out of here with that shit. I think, I always said in my literature I published, I said, never become what you despise. You know what I mean? Like, rage is in the same side of the polarity of the person that you're raging against. You're the same person. Because if you really do research, see, the white man will never tell you this. We enslaved them first, and we brought most of them over. And I'm not going to say we, because I'm not of them bloodlines. I mean, your biggest slave driver in the world, historically, is Tipper Tip. Tipper Tip, you gotta go Google him. He's the biggest slave driver, and he's a Muslim. He was a sultan. The biggest slave driver in the world. It ain't no white man telling you this shit. This shit is documented and recorded. I think Americans, no matter what your race is, you literally live in a bubble. Because when you get outside of America, it's just totally different, man. These people appreciate a t-shirt more and a pair of socks than we ever would. I can't stand Oprah, and I think she's an evil woman, and she lied about being a Zulu, but I'll tell you this. Because Zulus are honorable people. She's not an honorable person. She's an evil, wicked bitch. But I'll tell you this. I got to give her this. When she went to schools in America asking what they want, little black kids like PlayStation, Jordans, she went to fucking South Africa to ask them what they want. They said books.